Dear Daphne, written by EaPatbp, featuring Cottontail. How have you been? I've been worried about you for a while now. I haven't seen you in so long. I hope you're doing well. The last I knew, you had gotten that great promotion at the office. I never got to congratulate you on that, so congrats! I really think you deserve it. I've tried to contact you multiple times, and somehow you never get my messages. When I tried sending you letters and gifts in the mail, you moved without letting me know. And for a few weeks, all your gifts were being sent to some stranger's door. Once I finally tracked you down again, you just sent the letters and the gifts back without even opening them. That time, I took the hint. You just didn't like mail. It didn't hurt my feelings, although I do wish you would have told me that earlier. I would have stopped if you had asked. I just thought we were closer than that. I tried sending you emails next, but you didn't reply to a single one. All 300 emails were ignored. Or maybe you no longer had access to your email, but I didn't know any other address to send my emails to, so I had to figure out yet another way to contact you. That's when I remembered that I had your phone number. It was on your business card, and so I dug it out of my bedside table and called. The line rang and rang and rang, but you did not pick up. Not once. I figured you were busy after you didn't pick up the 10th time I called you, so I decided to wait a day before I called you again. When I did, I got a message saying your number was out of service. What happened? Did you forget to pay your phone bill? It worried me to hear that because it was so unlike you. You are such a responsible person, Daphne. I began to wonder if you had lost your job or something, but I had no way to contact you anymore. You would not believe how many nights I stayed up trying to find another way to talk to you. It took exactly 4 days for me to find your new address. You posted a picture on your Instagram of you standing in your yard, and I could see your neighbor's address off the side of the picture. I was so happy when I saw that. I finally knew where you were. It took a lot of self-control not to comment or send you a message, but I managed to hold back. I didn't want to risk you finding out that my profile was a fake page that I used to make sure you were alright. I know you well enough to know that you would find that a little bit creepy. But it's so hard not to blow my cover. You have no idea how many times I've wanted to comment or send you a message saying, "Daphne, it's me. I've been here the whole time. I haven't abandoned you." But I always manage to stop myself from doing so. I don't want to scare you off again. I fear that this time you might take even more drastic measures, which would make it a lot harder for me to find you again. And I just don't think I could take that. I started off writing this letter just to ask you how you've been. I know there's little to no chance of you responding, but I just keep thinking about you getting this letter and reading all of my updates. I wish I could see your face as you read it. Would you be excited? Touched? Happy? I would give anything to see the look on your face. I find myself adding to this letter every day. I want to keep you up to date on what I've been doing. I figured it would be fair since I'm always up to date on your life. I saw you today. I hadn't seen you in so long, but you switched grocery stores and I happened to see you in the frozen food section as I was shopping. I wanted to go up to you and say hi, but I was afraid you would think I was following you. So I didn't. Instead, I trailed behind you at a distance until you paid for your stuff and left. Don't you think it's some sort of sign that we both ended up at the same grocery store like that? Huh. The universe works in mysterious ways sometimes, wouldn't you say? I told myself that I wasn't going to follow you anymore, but I couldn't help it. The next time I saw you at the grocery store, I waited in my car until you came out, and then I followed you home. Your new house is gorgeous. I love what you did with the rose bush out front. You've always had a green thumb. Are you still growing your own vegetables? I couldn't see your tomato plants or your peppers from inside my car, and I didn't want to risk getting caught. Your homegrown carrots were always my favorite. I fell asleep in my car, and when I woke up, I saw you sneaking out of your house. I was concerned that you had found out I was following you again, and I thought maybe you were going to run like last time. But you didn't. Instead, you crossed the street and walked into the woods. Where were you going, Daphne? And what were you doing? I didn't think it was safe for you to be in the woods all by yourself in the middle of the night, so I quietly followed behind. I caught up to you after a few minutes. You're not really good at being quiet, you know that? I also discovered your secret. I know what you are, Daphne, but I don't want you to worry. I still love you. Am I the only person who knows what you do? I must be if you're sneaking out of your house. When I close my eyes, I can still vividly picture you digging up the corpses as your skin glowed in the moonlight that slipped through the trees. You were breathing so loud, it was as if you were standing right beside me. I crouched patiently behind some bushes and watched as you kneeled over the dead bodies and began to feast. I can still hear the gruesome tearing and crunching as you violently fed, periodically letting out a low and deep growl. It didn't scare me off though, not even when I could smell the death. The odor that came from the decomposing bodies as you ate their rotting flesh and their insect-ridden bodies. It didn't take you long to completely devour the 3 bodies. I was impressed. I love a girl that can eat. I think I would even join you in your feasting if you asked me. I would do anything for you, Daphne. I managed to slip back out of the woods and into my car without you noticing me. I watched you come back out of the woods and walk back into our house as if nothing had happened. The whole time, you were completely oblivious to the fact that you had just shared your deepest secret with me. I am so thankful that you would trust me so much. After all, what is a relationship without trust? But I'm wrong, aren't I? Because you did see me that night. Right, Daphne? You knew that I was there, and you knew that I would follow you into the woods and reveal your secret. You wanted me to find you. Why else would you have sent the letter? When I grabbed the mail that morning and saw your handwriting on the envelope, my heart stopped. There was no return address, which meant that you had delivered this to me in person. You found me, just as I found you. I always knew we were meant to be, and I'm so happy that you finally realized it too. I carefully opened the envelope, not wanting to tear it or ruin it in any way. Inside there was a folded up letter. It wasn't long. I've always known you weren't one to say much, but it was enough for me. You found me, Daphne. You said so in your letter. I was so ecstatic that I memorized every word.
I found you, just like you always find me. You saw what I wanted you to see, and now you're next. I'm coming for you, Lucas. Daphne.
I love you, Daphne, and I can't wait to join you in your next feast. Love, Lucas.